From this moment on, we are mixing at 32 to 1. I've been running everything at 40 to 1, and I decided to take it to 32. I want to see if I lose performance. If I do lose a little performance, I might stick with it. It just depends on how this turns out. But from now on, I am at 32 to 1. Unless, I change my mind. Unless something happens or whatever and I don't like it. I'm running Lucas semi-synthetic oil too. I'm not running, M's oil anymore. I switched to Lucas. I've used different brands of oil, and I don't know. I decided to go with Lucas. But we are officially at 32 to 1 as of right now. So everything you see here will be done with me running 32 to 1. I'm curious to see if it smokes a little more. Alrighty. So with these different saws that I've been running, I got stock. I got some that are, I've done some that are mildly ported, and I've gotten into the hotter side of things. And stock saws are the easiest. And just get them running. You're good to go. Mild ports, I like those a lot too. They help open the saw up and get it to run, at a better level. And then you get into the hotter ones. And I'll be honest, I'm not crazy about hot saws. This hot saw that I built here, this 130 I've been working on, I think I'm at 10 to 15 minutes per tank of fuel. Somewhere between there. Is it cool? Yeah. It's definitely a wild saw. It'll pull 28-inch bar, and heck, it'd probably go to 36. It's not even hesitating with that 28. Now today, the rakers are still a little too deep, so we'll sharpen it up one more time, and it should bring it right in to where it needs to be. But I'll be honest. Do you want to refuel your saw every 10 to 15 minutes? It's double that at factory settings. You can get a good 20 minutes or so. Now, as far as performance goes, I prefer the moderately ported. They are they just seem to be the best one for me. Now, this is the first time I did a saw that's this hot of a port, simply because, sure, it's cool, but it's actually kind of a pain in the butt to use it on a practical basis, if you know what I mean. Stuff good for firewood, that's what kind of work I do. Now, if the saw had a bigger fuel tank, I might be saying something different. But, I mean, I almost need to keep a gas can on top of it, just feeding the fuel in it, just because it's eating it that fast. And it's a huge pain in the butt. You don't realize it until you're at that level, or until you're dealing with it. You know what I mean? So, if any of you are out there like me, doing porting, or you're thinking about doing porting your saw or whatever, don't get crazy with it. Especially if you're going to use it for firewood like I do. It's a pain in the butt. You know what I mean? Just a huge pain in the butt. There's a lot more bugs to work out because of just getting the fuel system to feed enough fuel and all that. So, yeah. Keep them mild. That's my suggestion. It's got a good load of wood. Got a decent load of wood there. There's probably a little over half a cord there. You can see where I was playing with saws. Whoops, almost dropped my phone. But you can see where I was playing with the saws. Now, a little insight. I took it from 40 to 1 to 32 to 1. I'm going to stick with 32. I can smell it a little more in the air, if you know what I mean. I can notice it. I can, especially when it's idling, I can notice a little bit of smoke coming out the muffler. But as far as performance goes, I'm sticking with 32 to 1. There's not enough of a difference for me to be concerned with it. So Lucas at 32 to 1, that's where I'm going. Now, if you have a saw that doesn't perform to its full potential, you might run into issues. So, you know, if you got something with scored pistons and low compression and all that, you might be screaming a different story, you know what I mean? But for these saws here that I'm running, yeah, 32 to 1 is the way to go. That's my recommendation. So, we'll catch you on the next one. And guys, enjoy yourself. Alrighty, later.